Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to have a look at the best budget iPhone you can buy right now in 2019. So the 2019 new iPhones will be out in just about a month in September. So before they come out, I just want to have a look at the iPhone 7 because you can still buy the iPhone 7 from Apple brand new at £349 here in the UK. Now, let's talk about pricing first. Is £349 going to be worth right now in 2019? I frankly don't think so because once the new iPhones come out in September, Apple is going to drop the iPhone 7 from the product line on the website. So basically, this is going to be out of the supported list, the official supported list. So you're basically spending $349. You're paying that retail price for nothing, just going to change within a month. So if you really want to pick up the iPhone 7, I would suggest looking at the refurbished section on Apple's website and picking up from there, which makes it slightly cheaper. You could also pick this up third party. But I understand that buying an iPhone directly from the manufacturer is a huge peace of mind. You get that 1 year warranty and you know the phone isn't tampered with, it's brand new and fresh out of the box. But that 349 is slightly higher, and I would suggest that if you are going to go down that route of spending 349, it would be better if you put in another device as a trade-in to get a slight discount on the 349, just to give you the best value for your money. Now, moving to the device itself, the iPhone 7 surprisingly is still holding up pretty well. Now, I've got the jet black version here. I'm sorry, it's jet black, so it's a fingerprint magnet, so it's going to look pretty bad. So the iPhone 7, a brief specs refresh. The iPhone 7, it's 4.7 inches, the 7 Plus, 5.5 inches, 1080p display. Both of them have the Apple A10 Fusion chip. The iPhone 7, which right here, has 2 gigabytes of RAM. The 7 Plus, 3 gigabytes of RAM. 12 megapixel rear camera and a 7 megapixel front camera. The iPhone 7 Plus does offer you dual cameras, so you will get the telephoto lens and portrait mode along with that. Now, yes, the camera does max out at 4K 30 FPS. Other than that, in terms of feature-wise, the iPhone 7 does offer you the now common tap-take home button, apart from the mechanical button. You also do get IP67 water and dust resistance, which I wouldn't trust if you're buying this third party or used other than from Apple, because those water seals do kind of wear out over time. And do make sure, even if you're buying this from Apple, water damage is not covered under Apple's warranty. So if you get this phone water damaged, you're just going to be out of luck unless you get Apple Care Plus, which offers you 2 times a free replacement. I mean, obviously a replacement for a fee, but you can get your phone replaced at 2 times during that time of owning your phone for 2 years. That's Apple Care Plus, so I would highly recommend you pick up Apple Care Plus as well. Now, other than that, the iPhone 7 in terms of performance, I'm currently running iOS 13 Beta 4, and in terms of performance, the phone has been performing really well. Haven't had any glaring issues other than the usual iOS 13 bugs when the App Store crashes after a few seconds. Other than that, apps open really nice and smooth. The overall fluidness of the entire system is nice and smooth. I cannot complain. Now, in terms of future iOS updates, the iPhone 7 has just got 4 versions of iOS updates that started on 10. So right now we're at 13. iOS 14 should be the 5th version. So looking at Apple's history, they usually support all of the devices for 5 years. So that gives the iPhone 7 another year of support. So I would still suggest looking at the iPhone 7, because if you can still hold on to this phone for another year or two, since you will be getting that next year of iOS support as well. Don't take my word for it, but based on all of Apple's iPhones in the past, they have given all of them 5 years, so I don't see why the iPhone 7 would be anything different. Now, that's it in terms of performance. Otherwise, overall, the iPhone 7 has been a really nice device, very trustworthy device. Now, in terms of looking at those of you who are picking up this guy used or refurbished, other than from Apple, do make sure your devices do not have an audio IC issue or loop disease. So in case you don't know, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus are notorious for that audio IC issue. So the symptoms for that is, firstly, your phone takes a really long time to boot into the home screen, or it's just going to be stuck at the Apple logo with the continuous reboot at the Apple logo, or else even if you eventually do get to the home screen, overall performance is absolutely sluggish. Even going into basic apps is just going to be really sluggish overall. Other than that, another symptom is that within the voice memos app, you cannot record voice memos because that button is grayed out. Further, when you place a call, um, you cannot make a call since the speaker is also grayed out and you cannot hear the person on the other end of the phone. So basically, if you pick up an iPhone 7 or a 7 Plus with an audio IC issue, you're picking up an iPod basically, because you're not going to be able to make calls or do anything that involves audio. Um, so to fix it, I mean, it's a motherboard issue. It's an issue with the audio IC chip. So it will either require repair of your motherboard or you just get a brand new motherboard. Um, I would personally stay away from audio IC affected iPhones or loop disease affected iPhones. Now, especially when you guys are looking to pick up this used, you will find a lot of ads wherein you would have iPhone 7s and iPhone 7 Pluses, so 128 and even 256 gigabytes, selling for as low as 80 to 100 pounds. Now, think realistically, no one in their right mind would sell an iPhone 7 or a 7 Plus for 120 gigabytes or even 256 gigabytes for as low as 80 to 100 pounds. That is never going to work. It's never going to be true. If you do find devices like that, they will surely have some really serious issue like an audio IC issue. So don't fall prey to such adverts. In case you do find things like that, confirm with the seller and do your checks. Most of them could be even blacklisted or lost. Do your checks because you could never expect to get such a good deal. Always remember, a deal that is too good to be true is usually a really bad deal. So that's it, guys. So answer the question, the best affordable iPhone you can buy right now in 2019 is the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. They're still great devices, still going to get iOS 13 in September and most probably iOS 14 in the next year. If you are on a really tight budget, then I would highly suggest you have a look at the iPhone 6s Plus. So the iPhone 6s Plus is the oldest device that's going to support iOS 13. So if you're on a really tight budget, the 6s, the 6s Plus, and the SE would still make good contenders. Other than that, if you are not so keen on picking up an iPhone budget, I would highly recommend looking at the Android world, because the options in the Android world within the budget segment are really, really interesting. And I would be covering, I guess, a budget Android phone sometime in the future, because I'm really excited for that. So stay tuned for that video. That's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.